Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Fiasco, back at it again with another video from iRacing, and the first thing you get to see is my headassery because I can't even get on this track right for qualifying. This was my very first time on Daytona for qualifying, and I was just following the blue line, you know, doing my thing. I didn't realize I had to stay under the blue line, like actually stay on the apron. I mean, common sense would stay on the apron. Before iRacing implemented this whole thing, I would have just stayed on the apron for qualifying, but they had the blue line on the track, so I just followed the track, but now I need to stay on the apron. Rookie mistakes, I'm gonna make them. Alright, so we get into our first race for Daytona in C-Class Fixed, and C-Class Fixed is absolutely notorious for having wrecks early, having wrecks often. So in my first race I decided that I wanted to start up front and probably try to stay there. You see right here, we're running in third position. The guy up front decides he wants to drop back. Probably a smart move because it's C-Class Fixed. That's all you need. That's all you need to know. It's C-Class Fixed. You really don't want to trust many people. So we're on lap 4. We're running around 6. We're about third in the train in this lead pack, and then carnage already. Carnage. Everybody behind me is dead. Lap 4. Everybody died. Somebody pulled off a Ricky Stenhouse right in front of me. No idea what happened, so we're going to check out on the replay here. I don't know what happened. I think the 21 got hooked or something by the 12, and the 12 wound up getting away with it. I have absolutely no idea what happened. All I know is that at least 12 cars are dead. So we advance a little further into the race. It is lap 18. We're still hugging the yellow line throughout the entire track, trying to stay in this draft, trying to chill. And here is when we make our first mistake in our first ever plate race. We don't hug the line as much as we should. And we wound up pulling a Ricky Stenhouse on the 16, and our race is over. Rookie mistakes, man. It's my first super speedway race. I'm going to make mistakes, but I just always feel so bad when I wind up ruining someone's race because of it. You see, I'm not exactly hugging the yellow line as I should be, but to be fair, the 16 was a little lower than the high line usually runs. But I deserve the blame for that. I wasn't hugging the line as I was supposed to. And I fucked up. It's simple as that. I done goofed. So we're going to move on to the next race and see if we can do any better. We qualify again. We wound up qualifying in 9th. So we're right in the middle of the pack. We're in the danger zone. But it's lap 1. We're going to try to chill and just ride the wave and see if we can get to the end of this race. I just want to get some drafting experience running close to other people. And going into turn 1, everybody's dead. I don't understand how difficult it is to just mash the gas and turn left. I do not understand how difficult it is to just turn the wheel slightly to the left and keep your truck off of somebody else. What is the black truck doing coming down on the bottom lane when the 10 is there? He's there. Look at him. He just comes straight down and hooks the 10, and it takes out damn near the entire field. You see, that's the true Ricky Stenhouse of iRacing. That black truck, he is Stenhouse. I fucked up. I didn't hold my line in the last race, but that's just ridiculous, dude. I mean, it's lap 1. You're literally going into the first turn of the circuit, and you can't hold your line. That's crazy, man. So we're halfway through this second race. Some guy is sitting in the middle of between like the apron and the actual track. These are 2 laps trucks. Keep that in mind. The 3 winds up hooking the 6, and this looks weird, man. It's like they're hooked, and then the 6 gets straight somehow, and then winds up hooking the 3 back, and then the 3 just sits up on the track. It just looks weird. But the ending to this race was pretty cool. You see, it was a side-by-side finish, and then the 11 got turned, but the 11 wound up still getting the win after being turned by the 10. Now here, we come to our third and final race here at Daytona. We wound up not qualifying. We want to start towards the back as much as possible, but since our I rating is higher than a lot of other people that didn't qualify, we wound up starting in the middle of the pack anyways. But luckily, this group that we're racing with is a lot more tame than the people we've been racing with in the past. Everybody seems to be holding their lines. Nobody's right on each other's bumpers. So we're hoping for a clean race here at Daytona for our third try. Now you see we're on lap 2 here. I decide to drop to the apron and pull a little Martin Truex Jr. I'm not trying to get involved in any accidents or anything like that. I just want to go straight to the back of the pack and wait for these cautions to blow by, and then be there at the end and hopefully get a decent finish. So we are pulling a signature Martin Truex Jr. here. We found a couple of trucks to draft with. We're in the middle of these two guys, the 17 and the 20, I believe that is. And I like these guys. You know, these guys were pretty fun to draft with. We were able to keep it steady for a few laps. You know, a lot smooth drafting. We're just coasting. All three of us have the same idea. Just chill in the back, hold our line, and try to gain on the people in front of us, but not get too close towards the point where we would wind up wrecking. But within a few laps, we do wind up catching the guys that were ahead of us. I believe this is on lap 7. And things started getting a little bit chaotic. I think the guy up front, yes, the 18, decides that he wants to drop back. Probably a smart move. Doesn't want to be at the front, as in case the guy behind him is drafting a little bit too close. Maybe he's sticking his bumper in there a little more than he should. It's really easy to bumper hook somebody on these tracks, so you need to be careful. And now this scared the living shit out of me. I'm just holding my line, and then the 18 swoops down right in front of me. I almost... Bro, that gave me a heart attack. You see, you look at it from any replay, of course he's clear. He has the right to come down in my lane. But the way he came down was so incredibly aggressive. That caught me off guard, how fast he came down in front of me. So, because of his aggressiveness, I decided to back off a little bit because I felt like he was going to cause a wreck somehow. But then the guys in front of us do wind up wrecking. I wind up predicting that correctly. The 20 decides to floor it, trying to get past the 11, and he winds up getting taken out. Wreck avoidance 101. If you see somebody spitting right in front of you, let off the gas. Don't mash it like my man 20 did, because you'd have no idea where that 11 truck was going. You didn't know if he was going to stay up on the apron. You didn't know if he was going to come back on the track. You see, he let off a little bit, but then he decided he wanted to floor it and try to get by the 11 as quick as possible, instead of slowing down and being able to judge where that 11 was going. You see, I learned very early in rookie class, never assume where somebody is going to go. If you have the time to slow down, let off the gas, hit the brake, and make your judgment from there. Do not try to force anything, because that's how you get caught in the wrecks, and you'll probably see that later on in the video. So we hop a little later into the race. We have the number 12 on our inside. We're probably going to tuck behind him for the draft, but there is a massive wreck right in front of us. The 12 is absolutely booking through the wreck. We decide to slow down. I'm not trying to get caught up in any damage whatsoever. You know, there's really no need to gas it through a wreck, because the caution's out anyways. Everybody that's wrecked needs to go to the pits anyways. So you're going to gain those positions whether you slow down or not, so you might as well just slow down. We hop on board with the 12 here. He's gassing it, trying to get through it as quick as possible, although somebody right in front of him is already slowed down, so he would have rear-ended him if he didn't commit capital murder on the number 9 truck. So this wreck was basically a lot of people not being able to handle running 3 wide yet. They just aren't experienced enough on plate racing, and you see the 9 truck comes back up on the track and he just gets murdered. He's dead. Like, that was like an RKO out of nowhere. There's no way he could have saved that. So we hop late in the race. We have around 7 laps to go. We have the 18 right in front of us. I already don't feel comfortable around this guy because I know how aggressive he is. But we're tucked in right behind the Budweiser truck, and right ahead of him is the number 1 truck. So we're in 4th, coming in 3rd place. You see that 18 getting so close to me, man. I know I should be hugging the line a little bit tighter. I'm doing all I can, but that 18 came down so close, bro. I let off the gas when he came down that close. And you see here, we make a really ballsy move, taking a 3 wide on the inside of the 1 truck. On the outside is the 19. I know these guys were racing really clean, so I could push them a little harder. I pulled a little Justin Haley to try to get around that 1 truck, and it wound up working out. We wound up getting up to 3rd position. I don't think that was too aggressive. I think that was a good move. I didn't put the 1 in any danger. The 19 was able to keep it clean up top. So here we are with around 5 laps to go. We're still holding that inside line. On the outside is the 17 and the 1. But ahead of us, we have that Budweiser truck. I believe that's a 10. And then we have that 18, that guy that's been super aggressive all race. You see he's moving all over the track. I think he really wants that lead. And yep, he's going outside. He's blocking the 17, getting a push from the 17, and he's going to be able to take the lead. He's all over the place in that top lane. And he's going to try to come down to block the 10, but he doesn't get there in time. He goes back up into the wall coming out of turn 2, and his race is over. He's just wall grinding like he's Tony Hawk. And now it is a 4-truck battle for the win here at Daytona. And you see the 18 there. He was trying to come down on that 10 truck. I think he got a little bit spooked because he didn't expect him to be right there at his quarter panel. And he wound up letting go of the steering wheel or something. He just didn't turn left enough. And then that was it. His race was over. So now it is a 4-truck battle, actually a 5-truck battle for the win, because you see that guy behind us lurking a little bit. But you see we're just chilling right there. getting ready to make our move because this is the last lap of the race. We need to be really smart here, try to get ourselves in a position to win. We might be able to get our first ever truck series win here on iRacing. We're just following the 1. I'm thinking about taking it 3 wide, but I don't want to put the 1 in the situation like that. The 10 goes up the block, but the 17 winds up bumping him on the backstretch. The 10 gets taken out, so now we have a run on the 1 going into turn 3. The 17 starts losing some speed, and we let off the gas a little bit so we don't run into the 1. We're coming out of turn 4. We have a huge run on the 1 truck. We're trying to peek outside, but the 17 is there. We pull out of the drafts coming out into the tri-oval. We're trying to get the win. Side draft, side draft. We're almost there, and we get beaten by a nose. Easily the most amazing finish I've ever had so far on iRacing. That was awesome. We split it 3 wide coming into the tri-oval, and I get beat by a nose. If I would have just poked out a little bit earlier, I probably would have gotten that win. But you know, you live and you learn. I didn't want to poke out earlier because I didn't know how close the 17 was to me on that outside lane. But if you guys did enjoy that video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more iRacing and our 2003 and Dirt to Daytona content. I've been putting out a lot more videos recently. I have never been this consistent ever on YouTube, and it feels good. Our channel is growing. That Dirt to Daytona video absolutely blew up. I cannot thank you guys enough for the support on that. We recently hit 160 subscribers. I'm pushing for the 200. Let's see how fast we can get there, guys. And I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.
Part of me just wishes I could be a different kind of sinner. When bullets meet the opposition, man, no one's a winner. Fucking up, I swear to God that I'll change it. Give me a chance to win your love and I'll take it. Part of me just wishes I could be a different kind of sinner. When bullets